Hi students, welcome to online class. So in this video we are going to discuss about chapter 4 algorithmic strategies. So last video we have discussed about the sorting algorithms. So last few videos we have discussed about these algorithms, searching algorithms and sorting algorithms. So now we are going to discuss about another technique called dynamic programming. What is mean by dynamic programming? See, dynamic programming is one of the algorithmic design method. This particular method can be used. This particular method can be used when the solution to a problem can be viewed as the result of a sequence of decisions. See, whenever we want to find out the solution for a problem, at the time we used to write an algorithm. Whenever we used to write the algorithm, we can use this particular method so that the result can be viewed as a sequence of decisions. Whatever the decision we are taking, so it will be viewed as a sequence of decision. This particular approach is similar to divide and conquer approach. This particular method approach is similar to divide and conquer approach. Can you remember this word divide and conquer approach? We have studied in binary search. Yes, dynamic programming is also similar to divide and conquer. So see here, the given problem is divided into smaller and yet smaller possible subproblems. So we want to take a bigger problem and then we want to try to divide that problem into smaller problems. So whenever we used to divide that particular problem into smaller problems, we can find out the solution for a smaller problem. Like that, how many smaller problems are there? We can find the solution for all the smaller problems. At last we can combine all the solution, then we can find out the solution of a bigger problem. So this is the dynamic programming approach, right? Dynamic programming is used whenever problems can be divided into similar subproblems so that their results can be reused to complete the process. See here, we can reuse the particular thing whenever we need. For example, we are going for a problem, we are taking a problem and then we are dividing that bigger problem into smaller. Whenever we use to find the solution for the smaller problem, after some time, if the same smaller problem arise, we can use the same method, we can use the same solution. So this is what they used to call it as reusability. For example, if a man have an experience in his real life, he is facing some problem. After that, he is finding out the solution. Then what he is doing? Whenever the same problem occurs to his friends or in his family, he used to give the solution. So that is what here they are trying to say. Dynamic programming is used whenever problems are divided into smaller subproblems. Whenever we divide like that, we are getting some result. We are getting the solution. That solution can be reused for completing the process. Right. Then dynamic programming approaches are used to find the solution in an optimized way. For every inner subproblem, dynamic algorithm will try to check the results of the previously solved subproblems. See, at all times it will not find out the solution. It will not go for the solution because it is used to check whether the same problem arises again or whether the same problem already it is existing. Already we find out the solution or not. It is used to check whether the same problem arises again. If there is any solution already, that solution can be used again. So instead of finding out the solution, if the same problem is already existing, if we find the result of that particular problem, so that we can use the same result again. So that is what here it says, right? So it is used to find out the solution in an optimized way, right? The solutions of overlapped subproblems are combined in order to get the better solution. So all the subproblems are combined together in order to get the better solution. Here better solution means the bigger problem result, the bigger problem solution can be find out through the combining all the smaller subproblems solution, so that we can get the solution of a bigger problem, right? Now we are going to discuss about steps to do dynamic programming. There are some steps to do the dynamic programming. What are the steps? There are 3 steps are there. The given problem will be divided into smaller overlapping subproblems. So always we want to use the divide and conquer approach. We should not take the bigger problem. We should convert the bigger problem into smaller. An optimum solution for the given problem can be achieved by using the result of smaller subproblems. So whenever we want to go for an optimum solution, that is best solution for the given problem, we want to achieve that optimum solution, that is best solution, by getting the result of, or by reusing the result of smaller subproblems, right? Then another thing is the dynamic algorithm, that is dynamic programming, uses another technique called memoization. So this particular technique is implemented in the dynamic programming, right? Let's see what is mean by memoization. It's a very important question. It's a 2 mark. So what is mean by memoization? Memoization is an optimization technique used primarily to speed up the computer programs by storing the results of expensive function calls and returning the cached result when the same inputs occur again. See, this particular technique is an optimization technique. Why we want to use this particular technique? See, whenever this particular technique is used, it is used to speed up the computer program, and at the same time it is used to store the results of the expensive function calls. Here expensive function calls means already we find out some solution for a bigger problem. Those results are stored in this particular place. Whenever the same problem, whenever the same input occur again, it takes the solution from the cache, right? So that is what here they are saying. So memoization technique is used to speed up the computer. Not only used to speed up the computer, it is used to store the result of the problems which is already solved. Those results are stored in the cache. So whenever the same problem arises again, those results are taken from the cache. So, and it is used to return the cache result. It is simply like whenever we are using internet. Today I am opening a particular website. If the same website is opened again and again for 2 or 3 times, whenever we are opening the same website at the 4th time, it will not open from the server, because whenever we used to open that website 2 or 3 times, the website data is stored in your mobile cache memory. So whenever we open the whenever we open the website at the 4th time, it will be opened in a very fast manner. You should not think that the internet is working in a very fast manner. Actually, the website is stored in your mobile cache memory or in your computer cache memory, right? The same thing is it is similar like a memoization. I tried to explain a real-time example. So memoization technique is also like the same thing, right? I think you might have understood this dynamic programming approach. So let's end the class. So thank you, students.